Welcome to YouTube channel. Myself Dr. E. Komraya, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Sri Rajarajeshwara Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar, Telangana, India. Today I am going to explain about the inner product spaces. We already discussed the vector spaces, the vector addition and vector multiplication properties we already discussed. Now we are going to discuss what is inner product spaces. Before going to the inner product space, first I define what is inner product. What is the inner product? Now the inner product is nothing but you can take any two vectors u and v in Rn. In Rn means V contains n tuples v1, v2, v3 up to so on vn. U contains u1, u2, u3 up to so on un. U comma v belongs to Rn. Then the inner product of u and v is denoted by u dot v, simply dot product. It is nothing but dot product, or inner product of u comma v. This symbol less than and greater than between u and v is read as inner product of u comma v, and it is defined as, the inner product is defined as u dot v, that is equal, denoted by u dot v, that is inner product of u and v is equals to u transpose v. Simply u dot v, it is nothing but u dot v, nothing but u dot v. It is u transpose v. That is called inner product of two vectors in R over n. Now let us take u is equals to 2, 2, 5, belongs to R cube. 3 triples is there, 2, 2 and 5. It belongs to R cube. Similarly, v equals to minus 5, 3 and minus 7. This is also one more vector in Rn. Then inner product of u and v is given by u dot v simply, that is equals to u dot v equals to u transpose v. It is equals to u transpose is nothing but u is a column vector, u transpose is a row vector. 2, 2, 5 and v is minus 5, 3 and minus 7. Then it is equals to matrix multiplication. This is a 1 by 3 matrix, this is a 3 by 1 matrix. The resultant one is 1 by 1 matrix, scalar. That means inner product is a scalar quantity. We can understand that the inner product is some quantity, scalar quantity. 2 into minus 5 minus 10, 2 into minus 5 minus 10, 2 into 3 6 and 5 into minus 7 minus 35. The value is minus 45 plus 6, it is minus 39. This is the inner product of two vectors, which is always a constant, a scalar. And let us take one more example. U is equals to minus 2, 3, minus 6. Then u dot v, u dot u I can find. U dot u on itself, inner product of u and u is equals to u transpose u. U transpose u. This is u transpose is column vector, row vector, u is a column vector. Now multiply. Minus 2 into minus 2, this is plus 4. 3 into 3, this is plus 9. Minus 6 into minus 6, it is 36. That's why it is equals to 4 plus 9 plus 36 is equals to 40 plus 9, it is 49. Therefore u dot u is 39. And similarly we can take one more example. P and Q. P is a vector minus 2, 1, minus 2. Q is a vector minus 2, minus 2, 1. Then P dot Q equals to P transpose. This is the P transpose. This is Q. Now minus 2 into minus 2 plus 4. 1 into minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 into 1 minus 2 plus 4 minus 2 minus 2. It will be 4 minus 4, that is equals to 0. That implies the inner product of P and Q will be 0. That is U dot V, P dot Q is 0. In the vector theory, algebra of vectors, if U dot V equal to 0, U and V are perpendicular. Here same as P dot Q equals 0, P and Q are perpendicular vectors or orthogonal vectors, perpendicular to each other. This is the inner product of two vectors. Here in this case we can say that they are perpendicular. That we will discuss later. These are the three different types of examples. Now we can define inner product space. What is an inner product? Inner product space. Let U comma V comma W are three vectors in R over N. That means every V, U, W consists n tuples. U1, U2 up to so on Un. V equals to V1, V2 up to so on Vn. W equals to W1, W2 up to so on Wn. Or any three vectors in R over N. And let C be a scalar, any scalar quantity. It will be 2 or 3, 5, minus 1 by 5, minus 2 by 5, whatever it is a scalar quantity, not a vector quantity. Then R over N is said to be vector space if it satisfies the following conditions with respect to the previous inner product. With respect to the previous inner product, if every vector in U, V, W satisfies these conditions, following conditions, then R over N is said to be inner product space. First condition is inner product of U and V equals to inner product of V and U. That means U dot V equals to V dot U. Obviously these two are same. A dot B equals to B dot A. Vector algebra. This is same as vector algebra. U dot V equals to V dot U. Second one, U plus V dot U. U plus V dot U equals to U dot W plus V dot W. And C, Cu dot V, C into U dot V is equals to C comes outside, it is a scalar, into U dot V. We can write it as C into U dot V or U dot CV also. We can write it as U dot CV also. And D, always inner product of U comma V is always greater than or equal to 0. It is never less than 0. And U dot U is 0 only if U 0. If U is not 0, this means if U is not 0, then inner product is always greater than 0. Inner product is always greater than 0. It is not less than 0. And it is 0 only when U 0. Only when U 0. That means inner product of U comma V is not 0 unless U is equal to 0. If any space of vectors satisfies these four characters properties, we can say that it is a inner product space. Therefore R over N, R cube, R square, R over N is an inner product space. Similarly, complex, if the components of R over N are real numbers, it is called real inner product space. The components of over Rn, the components V1, V2, V3 are complex numbers, it is known as unitary vector space, complex vector space, complex inner product space. The scalars, that means we can see, U consists total n components, U1, U2 up to so on Un, n components. if these components are real numbers, this is called real inner product space. Or Euclidean also, I think Euclidean vector space. Or this u1, u2, u3, un are complex numbers, then the r over n or v over n, vn or rn is called complex inner product space. Now the length of a vector in a inner product space. Let r over n is a inner product space. V is any vector in r over n with entries. The components of V are v1, v2 up to so on vn. V equals to v1, v2, vn. In the real case, I show that u equals to u1, u2, un, like that. V is equals to v1, v2, vn. N components is there or entries in V. Then the square root of v dot v. I already told that inner product of v dot v is always greater than or equal to 0, not less than 0. Square root of v dot v is defined. Why it is defined? Always it is greater than or equal to 0. That's why the square root of v dot v is defined, because it is non-negative. Now the length or norm, it is also known as norm. The term norm, remember, this is norm. Norm means length of a vector. The length of a vector or norm of a vector, v is the non-negative scalar. It is denoted by norm v. We read it as norm v, 2 lines, and this is norm u. We read it as norm v or norm u, or length of v or length of u, like that. We better to use norm of a vector. The length or norm of a vector v is a non-negative scalar denoted by norm v, this symbol, and it is defined as norm v is equals to square root of v dot v. This is the square root of v dot v, that is equals to under root of v consists v1, v2, vn components. That's why v dot v is v1 square, v2 square, vn square. That's why square root of v1 square, v2 square and vn square. It is known as inner product of norm of the vector v if it consists n components. And norm v square is nothing but squaring on both sides. For this, is squaring on both sides. Norm v square is equals to v dot v. This is also very important formula. Norm v square is v dot v. From here, squaring on both sides, v dot v equals to norm v square. This is the norm or length of a vector, or it is nothing but in the geometry, it is nothing but length of a vector. That means distance from the origin to the vector. It is nothing but geometrically the distance from origin to the vector is nothing but length of a vector. And unit vector. What is unit vector? A vector whose length is 1, called unit vector. Its norm is 1. Norm of u equals to 1, then u is called unit vector. And we can remember that v is any non-zero vector. Any vector you can take. V is a non-zero vector. Then v by norm v. V by norm v is always a unit vector. Is always a unit vector, which is also called normalized vector of v. Normalized. We are normalizing the vector. That means we are normalizing the vector. Then its length is 1. If we normalize any vector, then its length should be 1. Like that, we say that v by norm v is the normalized unit vector of v. Now let us take one example. V equals to minus 2, minus 2, 1. This is a vector, one vector. Then norm v equals to under root of v dot v, that is equals to under square root of minus 2 square is 4, minus 2 square is 4, and minus 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, 4 plus 4 plus 1, it is 9, square root of 9 is 3. Therefore length of this vector is equal to 3. The distance from the origin to this vector is 3. Like that we can calculate the length of the vector. Now take one more example. Now I can define a vector. 1 by 3 into 2 comma 2 comma 1, or we can written as 2 by 3 comma 2 by 3 comma 1 by 3. It is the vector. Fractions, the components are fractions, 2 by 3, 2 by 3 and 1 by 3. Then norm v equals to square root of v dot v equals to 1 by 3 square is 1 by 9, common, it is comes outside, and 4 plus 4 plus 1, 2 square 1, 4 plus 4 plus, it is 9, 9 by 9 it is equals to 1, that is square norm v equals to 1. That's why this vector is called unit vector. This is called unit vector. Its length is 1. And here also we can identify that if v is 2 to 1, v by norm v is 3. That means 1 by 3, 2, 2, 1. Then it will become unit vector. That means if we can take like this, or in the earlier case we have minus 2, in the earlier case minus 2 and 1 is a vector, its norm is 3. Now divide this by 1 by 3, v by norm v by norm v is 1 by 3 into minus 2, 1. This is v by norm v. Its length is 1. Since here also 2 to 1, we are squaring, that's why minus 2 and 2 does not affect. Minus 2 square is 1. It is 9, 9 by 9 it is equals to 1. That's why v by norm v is always unit vector. And we can also remember that if c is any scalar, then norm of c into v is nothing but mod c into norm v. Why it is mod c? We are squaring. Norm means we are squaring. That's why that mod c, positive is comes outside of the square root. That's why mod c into norm of a vector. Here also we can apply that formula. C into v, norm of cv is equals to 1 by 9 into norm v is 3. Here norm of v is 3. This is also 3. C into norm v. C is 1 by 3 into norm v is 3. 3 into 3 cancel, it will be 1. Like that we can apply here also. Like that norm cv equals to mod c into norm v. This is the length of a vector. If its length is 1, it is called unit vector. And v is any non-zero vector, then v by norm v is always a unit vector. It is known as normalized unit vector. Normalized vector of u, or normalized unit vector of v. Now let us take now we can define distance between two vectors. What is the distance between the two vectors? Let us suppose u and v are any two vectors in R over n. Then the distance between u and v is written as distance of u comma v, dist of u comma v is the length of the vector u minus v. That means distance is nothing but length of the vector u minus v. Distance of uv is nothing but length of the vector u minus v. That is equals to distance of u comma v equals to norm of u minus v. Length means mod u. Here length of u minus v means mod of norm of u minus v. Now if u is equals to u1, u2, u3 and v equals to v1, v2, v3, triples, three components is there, they are belongs to R cube. Similarly, it can be defined for R square, R4, R5, Rn for any value of n. Then u minus v is nothing but u1 minus v1, u2 minus v2, u3 minus v3. This is u1 minus u1, u2 minus u2, u3 minus v3. Then distance of u comma v equals to norm u minus v, length of u minus v, that is equals to u minus v first component is u1 minus v1, u1 minus v1 whole square, and its second component is u2 minus v2, that's why u2 minus v2 whole square, and third component is u3 minus v3, u3 minus v3 whole square. This is the length of the vectors u and v, which is nothing but, which is trivial one, it is nothing but distance between the 2 points in 3D. Distance between x1, x2, x3 and y1, y2, y3 is equals to square root of x1 minus y1 whole square, x2 minus y2 whole square, x3 minus y3 whole square. Same like that, nothing is there. This is the distance between the two vectors, which is same as distance between the 2 points. Now let us take one example. Let u is equals to 2, 2, 1 and v is equals to minus 6, 4 and minus 5. These are the two vectors. Then in R cube, then u minus v equal to u and distance between u and v, nothing but different norm of difference of the vectors. That means therefore u minus v equals to 2, 2, 1 minus 6, 4 minus 5. By subtracting these two vectors, 2 plus 6 it is 8 and 2 minus minus 4 it is minus 2, 1 minus minus 5, 1 plus 5 it is 6. Now its length, distance of u and v is norm of u minus v is square root of 8 square, square root of minus 2 square, square root of 6 square, that is equals to 64 plus 4 plus 36. It is equals to square root of 104. This is the norm of the vector. Now today we shall stop up to this stage. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about orthogonality and orthogonal sets and orthonormal sets. When we say that the two vectors are orthogonal, what are the examples, what are the properties of orthogonal sets and orthonormal sets, and we discuss the orthogonalization process and Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. Thank you.